TV's.
That's my baby. That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored! They did it!
Left.
What the hell was that? Oh, yeah!
What the fuck are you talking about?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new edition of the Hockey Happy Hour right here on A2DRadio.com. I'm Matt Tsutsuti, along with the broken one, Rob Povia.
What's up, party peoples?
And the Darkwing, Brian Daly.
Something feels out of place.
Yeah, man. I got to have the TV on. Live reaction time, baby. Coming at special time.
I know. I'm excited. It's the first one. Hopefully not the last one of the year.
Yeah, we got Ralph's already chiming in saying, let's go Flyers.
What up, Ralphie?
What up, Ralph? Yeah, and it is a huge game tonight. And we are the Hockey Happy Hour, and we are here live on A2DRadio.com. What's going on, Chucks? And we are brought to you by, as always, Body Check Wellness. They are a line of products that promote wellness, balance, and recovery by using the full potential of hemp. They've got extracts, they got blends, gummies, topicals. And we do have a 20% off code available that you can use called A2D. And when Riley Cote, the man who created Body Check Wellness, is on with us, you get 40% off a special THC-free product box that they have available, about $140 worth of savings. And tonight, like I said before, we're doing live reactions, gentlemen, to the Flyers and the Bruins. And I can tell you this right now, man. This is a big opportunity for the Flyers here to really get themselves back into gear here. There's no more important week of hockey right now than this one going on at this point in time. So,
especially when you have to face Boston 3 times and both of their starting goaltenders are out. Now's the time to really pounce.
Yes, absolutely. And not only that, too, you're right behind them in the playoff race. You know, it said it in the description. It's funny how fate works in the hockey world, and fate just happened to put these two teams to face off with each other when they're literally right near each other in the standings. They're fighting for each other. They're fighting for their playoff lives. That's pretty much what they're fighting for tonight. They want to try and survive another day. Just saying, you all got my attention until third starts. He said he's watching the game on my phone and the My Team Sports app.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough excuse.
Rosca, this Thursday is hot. No. It's not this Tuesday. Not this week. No, not this week. Today is a special week.
It's a very special episode of the Hockey Happy Hour, only on A2D. On this episode, Maddie does something very awesome. Will Daly and Pove solve the problem?
Probably not.
When we turn into the Hardy Boys, man. Let's go. And not the ones you're thinking of.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God. Emilio chiming in. What's going on, Emilio? He's saying Flyers got no shot this season with Braun and Myers on the back line. Well, I mean, we haven't exactly had the best of play from them, but they're not statistically out of it. So the chance they could still make it is still there. I get it, though. I felt deflated for a long time with this team. And, you know, I can't say that I still don't feel a little – I still feel very much a lot of concern, even with tonight's game. But,
well,
you know.
To your guys' point, though, this week is crucial. This is make or break it. You have a successful week, you could be right back in the thick of things. We'll get into the style of play we've seen the past couple of games, I'm sure, later in the show. But to put it succinctly, you got to pounce right now. You know, backup goaltenders involved, albeit he's stopping a lot of rubber tonight. Also, Charlie McAvoy out of the lineup tonight. We need these 2 points tonight.
Yes,
Can't
absolutely.
take it to overtime. You can't afford to give them a point like they did last night. Got to get 2 tonight. You got to get the win in regulation.
Yeah, because you don't really gain much ground on them. You only gain a point. That's not enough. That's not going to get the job done. Not with how short the season is. And considering the fact that after this week is up, you probably won't be facing the Bruins ever again because these are the last games you got to face them on because you'll be done the 8-game series by the end of the week. So that's a big thing. All right. So Emilio saying, what was Emilio saying there? He's saying it's one thing that Myers doesn't look like an NHL defenseman. He literally can't hit the fucking net ever with a shot. Unfortunately, yeah, he's looked very, very bad this year, and I think that's been, and one of the Flyers just wiped out real bad. Actually broke his stick on his way to the boards. Hopefully he's okay. But anyway, Jake saying, "What's up, boys? I can't get my hopes up for this team just to get disappointed at the end of the season." That's where I'm at with this team. I totally understand, man. If you're feeling deflated, you have every right to feel deflated with this team. This team has been it's been at times one of the most miserable teams to watch. And then oddly enough, like last night, it's one of the more exciting teams to watch because you're watching a team struggle and desperately claw for their playoff lives. And so that's always going to bring entertainment value, and the Flyers almost took the lead there.
Isn't that what it is to be a Philadelphia fan? Just think that good things are finally going to happen and you just get your hopes up?
Yep.
That's a good point.
I think so.
That's a good point.
How can you not get your hopes up when you see 20 shots in the second period for the Philadelphia Flyers? Tons of scoring chances, and you're actually getting finishes in this period. They're playing the full capable. I can't wait till we get into the poll question.
Yeah, absolutely. And Bryce chiming in also a goal.
What's up, Bryce?
Yeah, almost a goal. Yep, almost. Thomas saying, "I love to be disappointed." Hey, what's up, Ritz? Saying, "My dudes, happy WrestleMania week." Happy WrestleMania week to you, my man. Yep, and by the way, before we get into the poll question, Bruins got a turnover. Luckily, nothing came of that. It went to the corner. Come on, boys, got to clear this puck out. There you go. Good boys, good boys.
Which they've been doing a much better job tonight and this week.
Absolutely. And before we get into the poll question, to jump on that from what Ritz is saying, the reason why we are coming to you Tuesday night instead of Thursday night is because there will be a special roundtable after NXT Stand and Deliver Night 2. And I will be on that along with Chrome and with Ritz. I'm not sure if anybody else will be joining in. Maybe Pete will join us. Maybe we'll have somebody else. But either way, though, that'll be Thursday night. So stay tuned for that. And that'll be around like 10:30-ish time, I believe. I believe that was the time that they were shooting for. So anyway, poll question. Real quick, the Flyers, can they still be a threat? Agree or disagree? That's pretty much the question in a nutshell. Can the Flyers still be a threat to make the playoffs this year? Or can they still just be a threat in general to a team that's in playoff positioning at this point in time? Can they be? Gentlemen, what do you think? Oh, man, I thought that scored for a second.
Post jobber.
Oh.
I heard that clang and my TV's on mute.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, gotta say, the Bruins with this young kid who's making his NHL debut tonight, he's not looked bad at all. In his NHL debut. Yay, we got the 2 goals on him, although he has been leaving some juicy rebounds open. Jesse Davis actually was saying that in the comments. It's a shame the Flyers have not been there to tap those home. But, yeah, but so far he hasn't been doing all that bad, which sucks if you're a Flyers fan, because then that means, oh, great, there's a future problem to deal with. But anyway.
Yeah. This young goaltender out of Maine is showing that if they don't want to spend money on retaining older goaltenders, they still have some other options. That's what he's showing me tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. So, gentlemen, the Flyers, are they still a threat? Agree or disagree?
I want to agree, but I can't. It's all going to depend on what happens tonight, really, in my opinion. And
we got some rough stuff going on here. Lindblom he's got Marchand.
Rip his fucking head off.
We'll talk about a little bit what happened
in front of him
when the period ends off. Yeah, the helmet came off. I don't know if he pulled his helmet off, but either way, though, Marchand's a piece of shit. He deserves everything he gets. Anyway,
pretty sure he just flexed in front of.
Yeah. Well,
I'm pretty sure he flexed in front of him.
He's still on edge from the end of last night.
Absolutely, which is why. Okay. So he started the whole fucking thing because he hurled Braun right into the crossbar.
It looks like Couturier did. It doesn't look like.
Yeah, I mean,
Braun, a nasty hit, but
I just players playing hard and not liking it.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty much what that was.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be fair though. With every little thing that could happen, anything can start a fight. I mean, hell, Rob, you probably remember watching what happened with Buffalo and Philly. Garth stole tap, and then next thing you know, Barnaby jumped his ass. There you go.
And what a beautiful segue into my answer to this, Paul. I agree, because you're seeing this. You're seeing the fight come back, and that's what was so disheartening from the month of March. There was no fight. There was no grit, lack of hitting. Players are picking it up, getting fierce. And on the defensive side, which has been the main Achilles heel, the Flyers are just doing a great job keeping the opposition to the outside and not allowing that pass through. So it really just creates shots from the outside that the goaltender can clearly see and make the save. Maybe minus the second goal, which I felt Carter could have did a better job protecting the 5-hole tonight. But still, he's made some other saves that showed that tonight to the T. I mean, despite the upward climb, I like what I'm seeing from the defense tightening up. And if they can continue bringing that grit and that heart, like Brian said, it all depends on what happens point-wise out of this week, where they might have dug themselves too much of a hole, a little too late, too late, but you still got, 19 games left in the season. I think they can be a threat. I'm going to agree.
Yeah, I don't know. The inconsistencies with this team, it depends on which way you mean a threat. Because I saw Clinky chiming in saying, still a threat for sure. They can ruin playoff hopes for other teams. Could they be a spoiler? I absolutely think they could. I think they'll be more of a spoiler than they are a threat.
I left it kind of open to interpretation because I feel like, that leaves a little bit more of a way for somebody to kind of get a bigger picture answer. Basically, that's why I left it open. So yeah, that leaves the spoiler conversation available to you. And the funny part of it is, we're watching right now live, seeing what exactly the Flyers are going to end up being most likely. Are they going to end up having to play spoiler this year? Or are they going to end up being that team that you got to watch out for? Oh, God damn it. Voracek had a great shot, but a really great save.
I like that he's been shooting more.
Yes, absolutely. He has been shooting a hell of a lot more. Jesse saying Flyers traffic cone defense and blame on the goaltender is giving me Bob throwbacks. Oh, yeah. I remember that shit. And then we sent Bob packing to Columbus.
Ain't that the truth?
I mean, like I said, I guess we made up for dishing them to Jeff Carter and him not doing anything. Anyway,
we've been talking about this all season long, and the fact that they need some veteran defense help, and not replacing Niskanen has been a giant issue for this team all year. And playing teams like they are in their division, teams like the Islanders, Capitals, Bruins, like that came back to haunt this team so bad. And because we know the Capitals are a cup contender. Bruins are continuously a cup contender. Who was the other team? The Islanders are currently a cup contender.
Oh, come on, get to the fucking puck. Ah, God damn it.
They're in a tough division, and not having that leadership on defense, it's really hurt this team. Because beginning of the year, I had them going to the Eastern Conference Finals. I didn't expect them to be playing like this. I don't think anybody did.
No, I don't think so at all. I don't think anybody did.
Leadership-wise, sorry, back.
Sorry, I was just going to read this real quick. Then we'll go right off to you.
Who was that, Krejci?
Yeah, it might have. I'm not sure. But let's see. AK Eagles 88 saying, for sure, all you got to do is spark a fire under these asses and let them know, hey, if you work your asses off, you still have a chance you might get some fight. And now off to you, Rob.
You've seen a little bit of fight.
Leadership-wise, it's still missing. They're getting a little bit more calmer, a little less sporadic, and acting like they're falling off the cliff in the defensive zone, but they're still lacking that leadership. But in terms of that, strong defenseman that is really solidified the strength to stay at home, to support, say his mate Shane Gostisbehere, who would have known we were playing him on the wing in a wrong way with Samuel Morin. We had him all along.
And then
I bring this up because he's played a dynamite game tonight. He's played the past couple games. We talked about O'Brien last week about him getting his first goal and the team rallying around him. And I really liked how a lot of times teams have really tried to cherry pick on us and get behind our D-man and create those odd man rushes, as most teams will do to any team in the NHL. And he's blocked down the puck in the neutral zone and fired it back down deep. The way you do it, the way they drew it up back in, the 80s and 90s, like that, there's stuff like that never dies. Those principles never create a bad thing, even in the modern NHL. And it allows them to keep your line shuffling so you don't get penned in and, tire players out on the ice, which usually results in goals.
Yeah.
Now this one,
sure.
Jesse coming in saying Flyers are a young team, but have always thought that Jake, Hayes, Giroux, JVR as your bell cows won't get you far. JVR, he's tapered off since that period where he was just getting goals. And then Hayes, I don't know what the fuck is going on with Hayes. This is fucking unacceptable from him. Jake has been getting better this year. Giroux, again, I think Giroux, I'm thinking it's aging. I think that's what's ultimately happening to him. I think age is catching him. It's starting to. You're seeing the slowdown. I think that's what we're getting from Giroux here. I think he still has a lot of fight and a lot of passion, but I think what it is at some point it's going to happen. Everyone, it happens. Father Time's undefeated. It waits for no man, and I think it's happening to Giroux right now, and that's what's happening. Meanwhile, Hayes, he's got no fucking excuse, and Jake, like I said, he's trying to get better. I think he's shooting more than passing more, which is what you were saying, Bri, which is great. JVR, we'll see what happens with him in the offseason, but for now, he's here, so we'll see. Chris Dunn saying, yo, boys, what's up? Kev saying hi.
Chris.
What's up, Kev?
Kev.
And Emilio's saying they need to drug test Hayes.
He does look dopey out there. He's just like dopey, like the dwarfs.
Like he just hit the blunt before he came out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all about consistency. There's been a lack of that all season long, and it's not just the core guys; it's all the young guys too. Yeah. GK's only got 8 goals this year. 8 goals to this point.
Unacceptable. That's he's getting his game going, lately, but better late than never. But what were we talking about in the preseason in terms of TK?
He needed to score. Yeah, he needed to be a guy who was a top producer, and he hasn't been that.
Yeah,
Couturier's been pretty good since he came back.
Yeah,
He's probably been one of the more consistent ones. Farabee's been up there too with JVR. He just needs more from other guys.
So,
I wish I could, Chris, man. I'm too old. I can't multitask. I got to stay forward on one game at a time. I got the other game on DVR. So, if you could keep your Phillies comments to yourself tonight, I'd appreciate it.
Sure.
Especially a few of you, and you know what I'm talking about.
Sorry.
No, I ain't talking about you, Brian. Nobody on this camera. I love you. You're my brothers, man.
Listen, I'm watching the game, but I'll try and keep my reactions.
You have carte blanche to bust by Guyons.
Ooh, I like that.
So let's see. AKA Eagle saying,
"Hey, man, no commercials."
He said, "Hey man, it's part of being a Philly fan. You always get so close, but never can really get there. But once in a while, it sucks. But we know what to expect." Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
I forgot. You're saying. No, yeah, I forgot. He's central. Every time I tell you a time, just minus an hour.
Oh, yeah. You got me on a Priz now, and it's all on you, Robbie.
It's all, man.
You got me yelling a Priz. Priz, I'm sorry, my friend.
I didn't put the ET, man. That's what they like about me, my attention to detail.
Extraterrestrial?
Jesse is saying, though, one thing I will say, it is perfect baseball weather. And it is. It is very nice.
Beautiful outside. It is gorgeous. I love it. And it's even better when you're up. We're going to have Mama Susu to keep it down for Rob's sake. I can hear her in the background.
I'm just playing around, I like to fuck around. That's what I like to do.
Unfortunately, the acoustics in my house are rather, amplified.
Priz, my dude. What else is going on? Yeah, Kev, I try. I have a good one every now and then.
Yeah. And so I will say right now, since we are in intermission, might as well talk about what we saw last night from the Flyers. Flyers had a interesting start. They got the first goal, although the Bruins did then swing it back in their favor because they did tie the game up in the first. Then they took the lead in the second. There was no goals being scored at that point in time. And
What
then
is going on?
I don't know. I got to text her now. God damn it.
That's
That's throwing
passion,
me
though.
off, too.
That's Philly's passion. You can't thwart it, man. You can only hope to contain it.
I love it. I can't.
You know how I
focus on
said
you,
it's a
man,
very
because I
special
hear-
episode? It's still a special episode.
That it is. That it is. Cannot deny.
Oh my god! I'm trying to focus on what you're saying, but all I can hear is your mom cheering in the back.
All right, hold on a second. Let me get this taken care of. You talk amongst yourselves, to quote Mike Myers. Talk amongst yourselves. All right, hold on a second.
Oh, God. I haven't laughed that hard since I was a little girl. Ooh, speaking of Mike Myers movies.
Okay, text to that. All right, back to this. So anyway, after that, third period goes along, and it's really getting down to the nitty-gritty. Luckily, on the power play, we get a goal from Sean Couturier. Hey, you gotta love Coots, man. Coots, no matter how shitty this season has been, no matter how piss poor it has been at times, Coots has been a constant. He just keeps working his ass off, which you gotta love from the guy, you know. Definitely a future captain on this team. If Giroux's gone and he's still here, I would say Coots has to be the guy that takes over. But great goal from him, ties the game up, and then we get the OT. Boy, what an OT it was. Holy shit. It was kind of funny. So we talked about what happened with Brett. Fucking Joe.
Oh, you want some meatloaf? Yeah, you want some meatloaf? Ma!
You want some. You want some, yeah.
So
I never know what she's doing up there. What's she...
What's she doing down there?
So we get that moment with Brad Marchand in the other side where, Rob, you were talking about it, that he would be hot still after what was happening. And basically, Nolan Patrick did have his stick. He clearly was holding it, and he pulled Marchand's ass to the ice, which, quite frankly, poor fucking baby. He deserved it. Wished it cracked his fucking skull. But anyway.
He gave him a little paradigm shift. It was nice.
Yeah. But, yeah, so the referee let it go. It was in front of the ref, but I think the ref let it go because of the fact Marchand was starting shit and he knew it. So I'm like, oh, fuck it. Marchand, you start shit all the time. Anyway.
Oh, come on, Praise. It was a line from a movie. It was a line from Austin Powers.
Oh, my God.
He started talking about Mike Myers. I thought it was a perfect fit.
Oh. Oh, well, I guess you're serving that too.
All right.
And whether you agree with the call or you disagree with it, got to kill it off. Anyway. So after that, though, Travis Sanheim, Bergeron, of all people, skate dies off, falls flat on his face. Sanheim trots the puck right on into Vladar and pops it right over his shoulder. Great goal from Sanheim and a huge win for the Flyers. Unfortunately, though, they did get it in overtime, but they still got the win. Let's see what happens tonight. May not matter in the long run that they got it in overtime if they can win tonight. Anyway, in regulation, not in overtime. But anyway, so that's what happened.
No, I mean, like, I agree. Like, in a sense, like, it's good that you got to at least overtime, so you got the 1 point. It's even more important that it got the 2. Now you have to get it in regulation because it really is starting to become crunch time. Most teams are around the 15 game mark, which is where I believe the Flyers are.
Yes.
So it's becoming crunch time, and if they want to make the playoffs, this is the perfect opportunity for them to catch the Bruins because they got 2 points last night, another opportunity for 2 points tonight, and another opportunity for 2 points. What, Thursday or Saturday?
Yeah.
I know they got the Islanders in between, but I'm not sure which day. But
They do. They have the Islanders in between. They finish off the week with the Sabres.
And they play the Islanders well. So there's an opportunity for 8 points this week. If they can walk away with 8 points, getting 6 of them from the Bruins, that's going to be a huge opportunity for them to get back in the playoff race.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jesse was saying, we all know if Marchand played for the Flyers, he'd have a statue. Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. If he was playing for the Flyers, I don't think anyone would really complain. But anyway.
Probably not. The fans loved Cartillo while he was here, and he was a scumbag too.
Yeah, true. And Moira, what's up, Moira? She's saying, "How's it going, guys? I guess you're still a threat, even when you're minus 22 in goal differential." I have to be honest. I haven't been watching. Tough to watch. Too inconsistent. I hear you, but
wow.
And, however, though, to be fair, I think the Flyers did make. Yeah,
right.
But I will say though, Flyers did make it once though to the playoffs as the last wild card. I think they were like a -8. Of course, it was the year we played Washington and we got our fucking asses handed to us that entire series. Oh, that was one of those years that made you scratch your head like, why the fuck did we even make the playoffs? What was the point? We had no fucking chance against the Capitals that year. In case you're wondering, yes, that is the year where those fraudulent fans threw the bands onto the ice. But anyway, all right.
Stern talking to and a finger wave from the PA announcer.
Yeah. Oh, and Chrome was saying hi. He's, of course, watching the WWE Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Hopefully that is a good broadcast they're doing over there.
Who was inducted?
Honestly, I actually forget. To be honest, I wasn't really keeping track of the Hall of Fame inductees this year. I guess that's not a good sign.
That's how relevant the WWE is.
All professional wrestling to me is bad anymore. I used to be such a fan. I used to love it. I did. I went to a WWE show. I went to SmackDown a few years ago with my cousins. It was probably one of the most fun things I've ever done in my life. I had a blast. I had no voice by the time I was done. But it's just so stupid now.
Nah, it's tough.
I'm not hating on people. It is tough. And you know what? There's so much talent. It's just it just blows my mind like that the stories and the people that are actually good on the mic, they put in terrible spots like Alexa Bliss. She needs to be on a mic and she needs to be a singles competitor and she needs to be competing for the women's championship, not what's his face?
What you mean, possessed?
Yeah. Like, I think that's so dumb. You took one of the best competitors and now she's pretty much irrelevant right now.
Yeah, but with those eyes, so flipping hot.
Well, I mean, she's hot regardless. I'm just saying.
True, but it's even up a level now. For me.
Yeah, I mean, she got the pigtails now, so.
Yeah.
Just, grab one in each hand and hold on for the ride.
Just keep her away from Portnoy, man. He might try to choke her.
Oh, my God. Don't. Oh.
Feel it in your dick.
That's a good one.
Oh my
True
God.
story.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
What's
up,
hey,
Greg?
Greg, what's going on, man? He came in at the perfect time. Down South
like,
VA
I
and
just forgot
NC
about
saying WWE is garbage, though, and he's right. But he's also saying Alexa Bliss is okay. I don't think she is one of the best female wrestlers. Really? That's interesting. I think rarely
she's
hear
great.
that.
Especially on the mic. She's one of the best on the mic.
I mean, I don't necessarily agree, but that's an interesting. What do you not like about Bliss? I'm actually very intrigued to find out what you don't like about her because very rarely do I hear somebody who doesn't say that she's the best wrestler or she's one of the best wrestlers. It's kind of like hearing someone say Charlotte is not the best wrestler. You know what I mean? You just don't hear it.
She has bad taste in men, I'll tell you. I mean, she's engaged to Ryan Cabrera. I
have no idea who that is, so I couldn't.
He's a pop star.
Well, that's probably why I don't know him. And then Greg saying disagree to the poll. Come on, Greg. You have no reason to disagree.
Yeah, it's intermission. I'm not allowed to talk about the Phillies game, so You got to talk about something.
No, you can certainly talk about the Phillies game. That was just a way where I could disparage myself by calling myself old. That's the
No,
only
I
reason
don't
I
want
went
to.
there.
I don't want to ruin it for you. Come on, man. You know that.
Is
I would hate it if somebody ruined it for me.
Thank you. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
I try. It's probably why I'm still single.
Right.
I guarantee you that's probably why I'm still single.
Too many dudes out there sending the dick pics, giving us good dudes a bad name. Stop it. If you're one of them, stop it.
What?
If a woman wants to see your dick, she'll let you know. That's just been my experience.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a Mets joke there? Because I have a weird feeling that was.
It's a reference. Yeah, it's a slight reference there. It was also, I don't want to talk, it's none of my business to talk about on the air or whatever, but a mutual friend of ours, put a guy on blast, for sexual harassment, which is exactly what it is. I mean, it's sexual assault, not even harassment.
Exactly what it is. Exactly what it is.
Depending on if you're with a deadly weapon or not. I don't know.
Well,
I don't ask,
all right.
these
Priz
questions.
wants to talk hockey. I guess we'll have to talk hockey now.
we got the greatest excuse now. The third period just started. So
Oh, what a snag.
all right, so right now they're looking at why do they have to highlight Bergeron? Yeah, I know he scored 2 goals tonight. Fuck Bergeron. Fuck him.
Best two-way player in hockey, baby.
No, Coots is. Fuck
Yeah,
Bergeron.
right.
You knew he was going to make an effort like this after getting embarrassed in overtime.
Oh, absolutely. When he completely face planted out on the ice. Very rare do you see that happen. It's like the hockey gods just said, yeah, you know what, we've been giving you too many we've been giving you too many gifts here tonight. You take this one. I think what it was the hockey gods balancing it out because Smith got away with 2 penalties in the third period. The trip on Sanheim and closing his hand on the puck. That was hockey gods said, well, you got away with 2. Now we got to have this shit happen in overtime.
That was a really good play by Pete Alfonso. Can't wait for you to see that one, Robbie. Great play.
I love how Brian's just teasing you. He's just tintillating you with the Mets Philly stuff.
That's like a carrot. I love it. I like Martinez just tweeted out saying that this is a throwback game. I love it when great minds think alike because that's what we said earlier.
Yeah, and we're here to go on the third period. Hopefully the Flyers can get this puck here. They cannot. All right. Oh, they did get a turnover though in the neutral zone.
Their forecheck has been strong.
Of course, he's a stud, Priz. Like I'm not saying that Coots isn't, but I'm just saying Bergeron's the best for a reason. He really is the best two-way player in hockey.
And that's true. Winning against the Boston Bruins tonight, 2 nights in a row would help the confidence. Absolutely. I mean, considering the fact that we didn't have a single win on them until yesterday, absolutely would do them wonders for them.
Oh. Damn. Anyway, back to hockey.
Meanwhile, Rosca said that Alexa Bliss sucks. I don't know.
He sucks. You stop it, David.
I had to do that. I had to say that one. That one was too easy.
But it's so wrong. Like,
what's going on, John?
John, how's everything going, buddy?
Yeah, let's get this W. Oh, boy. All right, Flyers, get that puck. Come on, get it through the neutral zone. And Voracek passed it to 2 Bruins. And they shot it at a play. That's going to be a penalty, or at least it should be.
Did it get deflected? That's the question.
Yeah, that's a good question. I hope not. Did it? Nope, that did not get deflected. That cleared the glass. Yep.
I mean,
it didn't deflect off of Miller at all.
No, it went around Miller's skate. Unless JJ's right and it just hit off the glass. Which I couldn't tell from that angle.
All right.
Whenever they see the puck wobble like that, they assume deflection.
And
that assumption.
With good reason, because a lot of times when it gets deflected, it tends to wobble that way.
Right.
It's all right, though. As long as the Flyers are able to get some sustained pressure back on the young kid there, which is, I'm blanking on his name. What is his name? God damn it.
What's Saban?
Thank you. That's his name. Thank you. Jesus. The kid who's debuting tonight for the Bruins.
Oh yeah, Swayman.
Sorry.
So Swayman, yeah. Hopefully we can get some pressure on the kid because not. Oh, I was gonna say it there by heart.
Sounds like an STP song.
Swayman. Yeah. Swayman. Yeah, it does. I could totally hear Scott saying that.
Do it with with the melody of like Cracker Man, and then
there you go.
Swayman.
Yeah, that could work. Is this on NBC or NHL Network? I've got it on NBCSN on the regular channel.
It might be on the NHL Network. I'll double check. I'll check for you, Chris. Oops, wrong button. How do I work this remote? I don't know how. No, it's not on NHL Network. It's just NHL Tonight. I want to see this team transition better, which from what I was watching wasn't terrible, but they're not getting as many clean breaks into the offensive zone as I would like to see. And when they finally do get that clean break, it's always a quick turnover, like you just saw there.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a little bit of the Flyers hounding them in the second period, where the Bruins really couldn't clear the zone after gaining entry. Which even if you don't get a clean entry into it, at least you can, if you can get a good turnover and you can get some sustained pressure. That's what we were seeing in the second period. That's what led to the 2 goals for the Flyers.
Yeah, that's what they need. They need to start getting some more pressure in there. It just seems like they're sitting back a little bit. I mean, I know it's really early in the third. They tend to be a better third period team. But this Boston Bruins team isn't going to go down without a fight. There's a reason why they're in a playoff spot right now. So if they can figure out a way to stay in the Bruins zone a little more, I think they could very easily win this game tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And the one thing, too, that I think we need to note is not only do the Bruins have several players that are out, but one thing that doesn't get highlighted nearly as much, the Bruins have had a lack of depth scoring. A lot of their offense is coming from the perfection line. So if you can, and this is a big if because it's damn near impossible half the time, if you can shut the perfection line down for a period and really stifle their offense, you have a really good chance here of getting a go-ahead goal.
Nice little move there. Oh,
and he turned it over.
Checked out of the zone, and it's now a smart shot.
Come on, guys.
When was the last time all 3 teams won on the same night? Oh, God.
It's been a while. It's been a long time since that shit's happened.
It's been too long.
That's hard to do, man. Suck
Especially
the mojo out of the city.
Oh, shot! Damn it. All right. No problem. Just keep getting pressure on the kid.
Yeah.
Come on, get that turnover.
That's what you got to do. You got to pressure him because Boston has every reason in the world to sit back and play for a tie. They got games in hand and a point advantage. The pressure's not on them, so you got to bring it to them.
Absolutely.
No, they'll sit back and they'll play for overtime. They'll take another point.
Yeah, even if they don't get that extra one, they're still up by 2 by the end of the night.
Oh, there's Brodo being Mr. Positivity.
What's he saying?
It's not going to happen. I don't know if he was saying about that with the Flyers or if he was saying that about all 3 teams winning tonight.
There's no chance. There's no possible chance Sixers, Flyers, and Phillies win. This doesn't happen in my life.
I mean, to be fair, the Flyers did win, and then after that, synergy, the Phillies did come back and took that game from the Mets.
Yeah, that is true last night. Yeah, I took note of that. I was like, that was, and I was like, yeah, it's odd to see.
Yeah, but the Sixers wound up losing the night before.
And we all know if the Sixers played last night, they'd find a way to screw it up.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay. Whew, close.
Just put that energy in the Flyers. Don't be greedy, Oz. Don't be greedy.
Yeah. All
Put
right.
some positivity out there. That's all I'm saying.
That's a good idea.
Positivity goes a long way.
It's true. You got to have positive thoughts. I was trying to bring positivity a couple of weeks ago, but that shit didn't work out well because that was the following week we got blown out by the Rangers in our building. Anyway.
And ever since then, it's been Negadelphia.
Yeah. No, literally, I was literally just thinking to myself, well, man, all right, this was fun while it lasted, all 2 weeks of it. But anyway.
By the way, if you're new to HUD and you like what you hear, and hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that follow, turn on them alerts. Never miss a show from HUD.
Hell yeah. And if you're a fan of hockey, but you're also a fan of other sports, we've got you covered. We've got soccer, we've got baseball, football, basketball, obviously. We've got all the bases covered, ladies and gentlemen. Do not worry. If it's something sports related, it's going to be covered during the entire week of A2D. So
Yeah,
we got you.
Shows a week.
I love our mixed martial art coverage. I think it's second to none.
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
And we're getting a ton of interviews on that side too, which is awesome.
Oh, for sure. Spit and Fire with Rachel Blaze. It's not I don't know much about the mixed martial arts, but I tell you what, they do a great job over there, and they get some really awesome talent to come in and talk with them. So they're doing a great job over there.
Absolutely, guys. I mean, it's definitely worth taking a look at what we got going on for you guys out there. So if you're not just a hockey fan, we got you covered. Sid, I'll be rooting for the Avs in the playoffs since the Flyers aren't gonna be playing. Boy, Jesse, he's still in that feeling.
Mind frame.
I get it though. I really honestly get it. I mean, with the way that how inconsistent this team has been this year, I totally understand where it's coming from. Other years I would be like, come on, man, have a little bit more pep, but I get it this year because I've been down in that rut too. You know, because when the Flyers look bad, they look bad. Like
right now, Hart's averaging 2 goals since he's been back.
What's up?
Hart's been averaging 2 goals against since he's been back.
Well, that's been fine. That's not my big issue. My big issue has just been the inconsistencies. You know what I mean? Like, and yeah, Hart's had his, but at the end of the day, you bring up a good point. A couple games ago against the Islanders, he looked really, really good. I mean, the Flyers didn't win that game, but you know what? I don't really blame that so much on Hart. I blame that on pretty much us not getting a chance to score a goal in the offense. Although Sorokin did play really good that night.
Sorokin played great that night.
Man.
Yeah.
Including the shootout.
I was about to say, especially in the shootout.
Yeah.
For sure. But it seems like Boston is kind of, I don't want to say dominating, but they've been they have the edge. They have the edge on ice right now. They're spending a lot of time in the Flyer zone.
They are. It's just weird, though, because it's only saying 1 shot per team. So it seems like there hasn't been a whole lot of offensive opportunities for either side. Oh, boy. That's, again, Hart's got it. Like, if there's one thing I'm going to knock him for, it's that goddamn stick handling. He always does it. He puts it in a dangerous position. It's like, I love you, Hart. I really do. But you have to be smarter than that. Like, it's almost like he waits half a second. He's trying to find where everybody is. And it's like, you don't have that kind of time. You really don't, because they're going to come racing in because they're seeing an open net. They're going to try and, put some pressure on you, even if it's 1 or 2 players.
I don't know. I think I've seen him get a little better, though. He just moved well that on the second attempt.
Yeah, he did. But, I mean, even earlier in the game, he turned the puck over. You know what I mean? It's just – he might be getting a little bit better at it. It's just there's a little bit – that stick handling does scare me.
A lot of work to be done. Yeah. No, I get you.
Chris, that ain't happening, bro. I would like to sit there and say that could happen, but it's going to be tough. I'm hearing a lot of names through the trade rumors, and most of them probably aren't going to work out because of the salary cap.
Well,
with the Flyers having such a low cap space.
We also heard from Fletcher himself saying a lot of teams don't want to trade for length or for scale. So that pretty much tells you right off the bat what your trade hope is going into the deadline. And then we got George Puglisi saying, oh, yay. What's going on, George?
What's up, George?
And then
welcome.
And Jesse's saying Coyle is such a solid player for the Bruins. He is.
Underrated. Very underrated player.
He's got skill, too. He was deking really nicely yesterday with
the going to the box.
Oh, okay. So we got ourselves a power play opportunity, which we have been.
Let's go.
Yeah. We've been taking advantage of that tonight, which is a rarity, by the way. And let's see here. Brodo saying, on a scale of 1 to 10, how worried are you about Carter? honestly,
1.5.
Yeah, I'm not very depends on what. Yeah, are we looking at 1 as being like a low, 10 being a high? Because if it is, I'm not very worried about Hart. It's not Hart that I'm scared for. It's the team in front of him. It's been so inconsistent, and then unfortunately that led to him. It led to him getting off his game because he couldn't trust the defense in front of him. So he had to try and make 50,000 saves a night. It's a lot of pressure on a 22-year-old. And so let's see here.
George, you got 2 out of 3, bud. Oh, I got 2 out of 3. I'm flipping between the Phillies and the Flyers.
George saying the Sixers are looking pretty good tonight, so that's what he's saying.
I saw the score last. I saw they were up 15.
DeMeo, what's up? He's saying, Aunt DeMeo saying, big power play coming up, and you are right, man. You are right.
This could be the power play to save the season right here.
Jesse saying, Brodo about a 3 traffic cone defense and a goal great goalie. Bobrovsky. Oh my god.
I get what Jesse's trying to say there.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure, John. For sure.
Yeah. But I think the only reason why I think they were even converting Moran to the wing in the first place because they wanted to keep him. It was just one of those things of we just don't have any room on the defense. But ever since they found the inconsistencies on the defense, it's like, okay, send it back to the D. And
well, not even that. He's injected a huge dose of physicality on the back end, and I think that's really helping. I think that is legit helping, Carter Hart a little bit and Moose. Yeah, there's been a couple of rough games back there, but since he's gone back there, there's not as many teams getting 3rd, 4th, 5th chances. You might get a second chance here and there, but
sorry, Bergeron was all alone there, but then I realized he was offsides. So
no, I'm currently watching Velasquez.
Like mother, like son.
And Chris has said, calling for a JVR goal. He is due. I hope it'd be nice to see JVR get that nose for the net once again. And Prism, yeah. And Prism saying Flyers getting Matthias Ekholm, Vince Dunn would be a great deal. Vince Dunn is an interesting prospect that St. Louis has had their ups and downs with, so it may not be a bad option. Take a look at him and see what we can get out of him. For Matthias Ekholm, obviously, we're hoping that deal can happen, but I don't know. It just doesn't. I don't know if it's gonna happen. Because
we've been hearing Ryan Ellis's name in there. I would rather have Ryan Ellis over Ekholm. That was a good opportunity.
Damn it! Couldn't get the puck on the stick. Oh, close. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. This ain't good. It's a 2-on-1. Oh, fuck.
Wow.
They scored. Damn it. All right. And of
I know
course
you don't want to hear it, but
Marchand.
that was a nice little move by Marchand.
God damn it. Well. Well, that took care of that, I guess. Fuck. Well, now we're gonna.
I forgot about that thing
here. It scared you.
I forgot that thing. We haven't used it in 3 weeks.
And John was saying,
"Jesus, I need a heart." Oh,
because John was saying hates Ghost. Yeah. Well,
he played the shot.
I don't know how much. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that thing scared the shit out of me.
Oh, and I just realized that came shorthanded too, which the Bruins have actually, I believe they still lead the league in shorthanded goals this year. So this is not uncommon for them.
Yeah, he went straight 5-hole too.
Well, he knew because Hart earlier on, that 5-hole didn't look good. Plus also, better way to throw him off, and that's exactly what he did.
I mean, it was a 2-on-1. He went to play the shot instead of playing the pass. 9 times out of 10, 2-on-1s, you're going to wind up passing. Give him the shot. Give him a clear shot. Take away the pass, especially when you got a guy like Bergeron on the other side, because he's a scoring threat every time he touches the puck.
Oh, absolutely. And Chris Dunn said fire the special teams coach. Horrible. Well, the Flyers power play has been rather horrible all year.
Yeah,
It
Mike Yao
definitely
has not
has
looked good.
And there's still time to tie the game, though. That's the thing. I do want to reiterate that. It's 10:46. The Flyers could still tie this game up. It's not like this can't – it's impossible. First, I like the past measure that number 63 is never referred to by his birth name. Fuck that guy.
What do you want to call him, Priz? What should we call him?
Piece of shit. How do you say piece of shit in French? Because that pretty much signifies him.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Oh, anyway, Ted's saying maybe we should realize that this team is very good this year and we shouldn't trade for a short-term player who's going to screw up our long-term plans.
I mean, at this point, I'm kind of with Ted.
This has been a rough season for the Flyers, and I think we know that this team's better than this. That's why it's been such a deflating experience, because last year it's like there's no reason why last year we should be saying, oh, was last year a fluke? There should be no conversation of that with the kind of talent that this team has. But something's off, and there was a lot of liberties taken in that corner. But
I like where Ted's head's at here, and that's what I've been preaching. I mean, people don't take into account. Things seem very normal right now, but in the game of hockey, when you have these many games in close proximity and you're off your game, it's very hard to get that momentum back. And that's what we saw. So, I mean, to really make drastic movements at this time would be just that, drastic.
Flyers got a power play again.
Nice.
Well, they gave up a shorty on the last one, so I'm kind of actually hoping that they wouldn't have gotten a power play. But, yeah, you can see why, because there was way too many liberties taken on Konechny there. I don't know. What the fuck is Miller? He must have been chirping. That must have been what set him off. Yeah. And Moran was getting ready to fuck him up.
You just call
Read those lips.
He called him a fucking joke. That's what he called him.
It looked like he called him a chode.
He could have called him that too. If he did, though, it's 4-on-4. Oh, they gave offsetting minors. Why? Because Konechny smacked him on the fucking Miller was fucking cross-checking him on the fucking ice. But, okay. All right, ref. All right.
It's a retaliation penalty. He's got to keep his cool.
Oh, you might have gotten your wish there, Matty. It's not a power play and it's open ice.
True.
For sure.
Although the problem is it is still special teams, and my faith in Mike Yao is no longer there. Actually, my faith in most of this is pretty much not there right now. Ugh.
No.
I know.
Looked pretty good in OT last night on the 3-on-3. Use some of those principles here.
True. It would be nice to see. And Ted did go on to say the Rangers are eviscerating the Penguins. Should we just come to terms that the Rangers are going to win a cup before we do? Or cups, I meant to say. I mean, the Rangers are going through they're rebounding after having a really bad start. I don't know. The Rangers are inconsistent too. I mean, they look great against the Flyers, but I don't know. They did build the team quick, but I don't know. And, here we go. Good old special teams play. And Hart actually made the save that time. All right, good.
Yeah, he's been going good left to right, right to left there. It's one of the few times they were able to get that pass across the seam, but look good flashing the pads out there. That's a game saver right now. Now you got to tie it up.
That is. And you.
Oh, Chris, yes. Tyson Forster. He's been on a tear down there. I meant to bring him up last week. I forgot to.
Yeah, and Wisdom is still available. Oh, and also Cam York did get signed to his entry-level deal. And that's what I thought we were going to see. Uh-oh. Wow.
No,
okay,
you're not going to see him. I'd be surprised if you see him this year.
And the only reason why is because they waived Gostisbehere, and I thought, okay, it's pretty interesting that you have Cam York sign his 3-year deal and you just waived Gostisbehere. Is that a sign? Because usually when you waive a guy, that means you're trying to make room. But nope, that was not the case.
No, I'd be extremely surprised if you see Cam York up here. He's not going to solve any of the problems.
I'm not saying
he's going to be a continuation of the problem, which is too many offensive-minded defensemen on the back end.
Yeah.
And he's going to be another one. Could he be better on the back end? Yeah, possibly. But take the opportunity for him to play with the Phantoms for now. Let him get his legs on and feet wet and see what he brings to camp next year.
And they're still
bring them up yet.
And they're still clearing room, to Brian's point last week, that, you know, maybe you could work a deadline deal to get a little piece. You know what I mean? To help out your push.
Yeah,
I mean, Mark Stahl's available. I still think Mark Stahl would be a great addition to the back end, to the blue line.
Right.
He wouldn't be. He wouldn't be a bad addition at all. Prism saying, well, Lafreniere and Fox kind of put them on a fast path. I'm not saying that they don't. I'm just saying that
Lafreniere hasn't been that good, though.
Yeah, he's.
Yeah, I was gonna say
for sure.
They're where this Flyers team was, you know, the season past 2019-20. I mean, I'm sorry, 2018-19, you know, where the young pups are just coming up and they were having, you know, some flashes of good play, some, you know, not, you know, they're on a nice little streak here to get back into playoff contention. But they're going to have their ups and downs just as this Phillies, Flyers team is. And you're going to have guys that, you know, they're going to have their peaks and their valleys as they, you know, maturate on this level. So, I mean, you know, I wouldn't jump the gun about thinking that they're going to get a cup before us. That's not a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and I'm seeing a lot of comments about VV. I can't. They need to give him 1 inning and 1 inning alone. Make him the setup man.
He stinks.
I can't deny that.
And then,
he does stink. He does stink. He
John,
does. But you need to give him 1 inning. He's always good for 1 inning, and that's it.
John saying, thank you, Brian Daly. We need to stay at home, real D-man. And yeah, that's been true. We've been saying, it's been being said, you know, and we know exactly what the Flyers need. Unfortunately, right now, we don't know what we're going in for at this point. You know, like we don't even think that. I don't even know if a trade's happening at this point in time. Part of me doesn't think it is because of what we heard. And what are your thoughts on the idea that Ghost may be up for taking in this upcoming expansion draft? Well, I'm open to it. I really don't care. You know, if he goes, he goes. It doesn't bother me.
Bringing up Ghost tonight. You know, he moved into sixth place for most points by a D-man in franchise history. So, you know, that's probably he'll go no further because I don't perceive him being on the team next year. But that's still a heck of an accomplishment. You know, when you're talking about good offensive defenseman history in the Philadelphia Flyers.
Yeah, for sure. And he gets a lot of crap for lack of, I guess, production. And for him to be sixth all time in, 6 years? It says something about his offensive play. It's just I think his biggest issue is his defensive play.
Man. Ristolainen's is a free agent going into this offseason.
You see, the thing about I would love for them to go out and see if they sign a guy like a Mark Stahl in the free agency, but Mark's 35 years old already. He doesn't have much time left.
Yeah, truth be told. So I went searching for some other options. You know, I mean, Ekholm being one of them. You know, certainly 6'4" body would be a nice stay-at-home presence. Trying to look through real quick. Ryan Pulock. I mean, I wouldn't see the Islanders letting him go, but that might be an option.
Right now, probably not.
Ted is saying, do you guys think that they were a couple of lottery picks away from really contending for the Cup?
No. I thought they would contend this year, to be completely honest with you, but things haven't gone exactly their way, and it all starts with, like I've been preaching all year and most of the night. You lose Niskanen, and that really affects.
Here we go. Club. Here we go. Flyers just got a penalty called on them. We're just waiting for the touch. This is where things are going to start getting ugly, boys, because now the Flyers are letting a lot of offensive opportunities to the Bruins. This is the shit we were seeing earlier in the year. That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign at all.
And they're just playing keep away there to get that delayed time off.
5 minutes? Oh.
Yeah, we're down.
55. Yeah. He looks bewildered.
Yeah, he was saying, what the fuck is that? Literally. For that hit. That's what he's getting called for.
Roughing?
That's not a bad hit. I don't know what the fuck the ref saw. What, Frederick?
You think
Go
he's
ahead.
calling it on the continuation there, where he's sort of like, giving him the business?
Well, I don't know. That would be real weak.
Not even.
If-
Yeah, right?
That'd be a weak. That's a weak call. That's a weak fucking call from the ref there.
That's a bad call.
Yeah, that is not. No, that's a bullshit call.
See,
That is
that's
an
where
absolute bullshit
if you're AB, you got to go lose your shit right there on the refs. I mean, go fucking ballistic. I know that's not typically his demeanor. He's that cool, laid back Frenchman, but that's where you got to fire up your team. By calling the ref a fucking cocksucker. That's what you got to do right there.
Yeah, I didn't see a penalty there.
Me neither.
Maybe borderline holding, but there's definitely no roughing in that.
But they've let so much go tonight already, so it's like, come on, you're really calling that shit now? Like, it's the third period. We're down by 1 goal. Are you trying to help the Bruins win this game? Because we already know after what happened with Peel, the refs aren't afraid to do shit like that. So It's like, oh, okay, I see. You want the Bruins to win tonight. I see what it is. I got it.
Does put it in the mind. It does put that in the mind.
Jesse put the Sixers on for a serotonin boost. Well, looks like Bretta was right. Looks like we're not getting all 3 teams winning tonight.
I'm not even gonna say anything. I was gonna say something. I'm not even gonna say anything.
This is
Bretta,
we miss you on the show. We do.
I'm smelling a last minute goal for the team will be to be determined. This just has the feel that the Flyers, if they can kill off this penalty and get that juice from it, that maybe you pull the goaltender with 2 minutes and left and change and shorthanded effort there.
That brings up a good point. That was a false alarm.
Well, the reason why is because at this point, with the way I'm feeling right now in the season, I would just be happy if the Flyers can actually get consistent at this point. But I think that's too much to ask, even if we don't make the playoffs by the end of the year. Because now the ball's in Fletcher's court come the offseason. That's really where I'm looking at it. It's like, okay, ball's in your court, motherfucker. You need to fix this shit. And if you don't fix the shit, then maybe your ass needs to be shot.
And the power play's been killed off.
Yes.
All right. And Hart made a great save there.
I haven't seen many gaffes tonight. I am seeing the consistency tonight, and for the better part of this week.
Yeah, they've definitely been more consistent.
What?
Yeah, my last button's a little worn down right now too, Tommy.
Oh, God.
Although I'm not flipping through as much as he is. Oh.
So, I mean, unfortunately, we are playing for overtime, so that's the shitty part of this. I'm like, goddamn, if that goal doesn't go in and we're still tied here, if you get that last-minute goal, that would be a deflator for the Bruins. But unfortunately, now we're in a position of, we got to push OT again. And this is the shit that's going to kill you in the long run. Even if you don't – I mean, if they lose this game in regulation, then you're just fucked in general. But – when you talk about a situation where you needed to get a win in regulation, you needed to get this win in regulation. Winning this in overtime is like, yeah, great. You're still down 2 points. And if you don't win in the next game in regulation and tie them, and that's if, by the way, they don't have a game in between your games with the Islanders, and you win that game, maybe you get a shot. But if you say you're in the same spot here, say you win in overtime, you meet them again. You're in the spot where, oh, my God, we need to win this game now in regulation to tie them. You're in a situation of, okay, now you're relying on tiebreakers. And I think tiebreakers go to the Bruins. So now it's just like, well, son of a bitch. You basically fucked yourself in the ass. You fucked yourself royally in the ass here. That's the shitty part of it. It's like you're playing for overtime, and it doesn't fucking matter. That's what gets my blood boiling here.
Tom, I was waiting for Matt to end before I because he quoted Happy Gilmore, and I was gonna give the reply. Yeah, now your back's gonna hurt. Yeah, Matt, why you have to talk so much?
Because at that point, I was on a train of thought.
Oh, is that what I smell? I smell that all the way from over here.
Yeah. And we're saying that sounds painful. It is painful to watch. It's painful to see. It's probably painful to commit. But anyway,
Daly, he was in the middle of one of his rants.
yeah, I would call that a mild rant. I wouldn't really call that a real rant, but
I call that more venting.
Well,
yeah.
Either way, though, it's called a rant. Therefore,
Didn't get me this time. I was prepped for it.
We got Brian earlier.
Yeah.
Good. Still haven't changed my underwear yet.
I've sharted in my pants.
That wasn't even a shart, bro. That was just straight up.
Do we really even want to make the playoffs the way we're going to get killed? Maybe we get
Right.
a star superstar in the lottery.
Ted, me and you are just right in the same line right now. That's why I'm not like getting that emotional roller coaster from it. You know, I always root for my team to make the playoffs, regardless of how they're going to go forward or whatever, because it's never a bad thing. Missing the playoffs is always more detrimental to your confidence than not. So I always like to root for it. But yeah, I have no expectations that they'd be able to do anything in the Stanley Cup playoffs. So it's house money, and that's how we have to treat it as fans, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of thinking, all right, I was figuring when we went into the week and I knew we were going to face the Bruins, all the shit that I was seeing was the Bruins were pretty much already being crowned the winner of the game. And I'm like, all right, we'll probably win tonight because everyone's writing the Flyers off and that's when they win, just to tease you like true Philadelphia teams do, and then shit the bed the following game, which is what true Philadelphia teams do.
Oh, they waved off the icing.
Oh, wow. I'm surprised they waved that off.
Me too. I had my head down shaking.
This is an opportunity. Come on, boys.
The only upside to not making the playoffs is now you're in the draft lottery and an opportunity for a top 10 pick.
Truth.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, with the talent that they have already in the minors with Wisdom and Forrester and Frosty.
And Jesse makes a good point here. It would be years away from playing probably. So, I mean, he's probably not wrong. I mean, when you get NHL ready, guys, a lot of times that's like the top 5 most of the time. And even that's debatable. Sometimes just top 3.
That's not necessarily true, though, because you see guys that, I mean, maybe depending on how young they are when you draft them, some guys come in and make an immediate impact. And maybe not an immediate impact, but you look at guys like Jack Hughes, been in the league a couple of years now. He's finally starting to figure it out. Quinn Hughes, figuring out. I mean, he had a great rookie year. Cale Makar had a great rookie year. These guys are only like 20, 21 years old. So if you can get a guy who's like 19 that is close to NHL ready, bring him in, put him in the lineup and see what he does. Don't even give him any AHL time. I think I think there's a lot of times Flyers overdevelop their players.
It's possible. But when we're looking at the situation now, to finish up with the comment on Ted, I mean, honestly, if we wind up losing this game and we go on to lose the next game against the Bruins, then I'm all for it. Just fucking suck for the rest of the year and get a better chance at a pick. Honestly, it's just one of those things like, all right, you're not making the playoffs because this would have been your chance to do it. I
haven't even looked at any of the upcoming draft prospect yet, so I don't know anything about anybody yet. I don't even know who the number 1 prospect is going to be. I hear it's going to be a decent draft, though.
To be fair, though, I think scouting is going to be interesting this year only because of the pandemic. So it's it'd be a little bit more difficult this year draft-wise. And Ted saying, what sucks is I don't want to see this team tank. I love the young guys on this team, Kuitz, Provy, but I want to win the cup and not be stuck in NHL limbo of mediocrity. Unfortunately, that's where the Flyers continue to find themselves, and it's just the perennial underachieving that they do. And the sad part of it is, it's like this year it hurts even worse because it's like there's no excuse. Not for the talent that this team has and for the talent they showed last year. There's no fucking excuse for it. Then you got to pretty much, like I said before, ball's in Fletcher's court. He's got to look at this situation. He's got to say, like, okay, what the fuck happened last year? Because that's unfucking acceptable. Like missing the playoffs. I don't give a shit if it's a shortened season. It's a fucking pandemic. Fuck off. Because that's happening with all the other teams. All the other teams are going through the same fucking thing you are. There's no fucking excuse. So at the end of the day, ball's in his court. Especially you miss, it's in his court this offseason. It's like, okay, motherfucker, what are you going to do to fix this shit? Because now it's on you. If you don't fix it and you don't do shit now, then all I got to say is we shouldn't have fired Ron Hextall and hired your dumbass. Fuck you, Paul Holmgren. Actually, that should how every show should start out. Fuck you, Paul Holmgren. Piece of shit. Anyway.
Stop it. He's not even making decisions anymore. Let it go, Matty. Let it go.
No, because Hextall should still be our fucking GM right now, god damn it. And now he's over on the Penguins side. Watch him turn them into a fucking Stanley Cup champion in a few years down the line. Not with Crosby and Malkin either. He'll just get his own players, and then they'll go on and win another fucking cup. That'll be
They
6
have
cups
actually
for the
been
fucking
very,
Penguins.
very good since he took over.
There you go.
As soon as the season
It's coming. The explosion is coming. Get ready,
Anyway.
It's going to
bro.
happen live on the air, too. Matty's just going to be like the dude from the Dave Chappelle skit. Y'all want to see my face? Ah!
Nice. That was the very first episode of the Chappelle Show, too.
It
It goes
was.
back, yeah.
John
course.
saying it's like we've been hypnotized since the bubble. We lucked out against the Habs last year, tired of constantly being outworked. You're not wrong, man. It's been a consistent problem.
Well, the
corner
team's
for
been
a while.
exposed for something that we've known. This is not a mentally strong team. They get rattled very easily. And you say that all NHL teams are going through this pandemic season equally together. Well, not all of them have the mental fortitude to do as well as others.
Good point.
I'm not going to lie. I thought a speck on my TV was the puck, and I was about to say, oh, there's one. And that's it.
Yeah, there's one. All right. All right, that's it. So the Bruins just got the empty netter. That pretty much seals the fate for the Flyers right there. So
Hat-trick
there
for
we have
Bergeron?
it. Yeah. I do believe that finishes up the hat trick. That is definitely him pretty much getting angry at himself for what happened last night. So that pretty much did it. Chris saying this is pathetic. Well, maybe not as pathetic as when we got blown out by the Rangers, but still pretty bad. And as for Ted, was Fletcher the one to bring it? No, he was not. That was Hextall. But to be fair, at the end of the day, that's one bad deal at the end of the day.
What's he talking about? What deal?
With the JVR deal,
Yeah.
that wasn't his best deal, unfortunately. And Ted was saying, no way, Hextall wasted Giroux and Jake's best years. He did dick with this team. I wouldn't say that. He actually got the team younger. The team needed to be. What the hell were they going to do? What were we going to do? Just try and pretend that we can just say, hey, let's throw all of this shit onto Giroux and Voracek and not try and levy the pressure off them by getting short-term players and try to make a run to be an 8th seed, and maybe we make it to the final. It's not. No, that's not the way to run the team. Hextall had the right idea. Get the team younger. Problem is, this is the problem. We have loved the idea of just getting into the playoffs. We don't give a shit about goaltending. There was a long time where Flyers fans didn't care about whether we had a goalie or not. They just said, whatever, man, we make it to the playoffs, anything can happen. There used to be that bullshit saying that everybody used to say, yes, but if you noticed a lot of consistencies recently, at the end of the day, teams with goaltending win the fucking cup. So Hextall went out of his way to go get a goalie. That's what he did, but not get the goalie in the way that Paul Holmgren would, which was chuck a fuck ton of salary cap to Ilya Brizgalov for him to fucking shit and be fucking garbage. When you go and sign Bobrovsky, this great young talent, and you trade him away to keep a fucking Brizgalov, why? Why did you keep him? And then on top of that, trading away Jeff Carter and Mike Richards, yes, I know. We can make all the jokes about everything, but they were really good players at the time, and we got rid of them. And then we brought in Wayne Simmons and Shen. Shen, he had moments of brilliance. I don't think he really made it as far as he could, like when you had with St. Louis. He's done really well in St. Louis. I don't know if it would have necessarily translated here in Philadelphia. It just wasn't. Wayne was fine. Wayne was perfectly fine on that side of it. Voracek, yeah, I had no problem with Voracek coming in. And then we got Coots out of that. So, yeah, we had some good players off of that, but we still traded away a lot of players that did have us take a step back. It happens. So, at the end of the day, it's what happened.
Yep. In case you're just watching us and you're not watching the game on NBC Sports Philadelphia, they're showing this awesome graphic about the young Jeremy Swayman making his NHL debut tonight. He actually tied for third all time in terms of most saves with the great Eddie Johnson, behind Andre Gill, and number one on the list at 42, Bernie Perrant. So it's pretty ironic.
I'm with Tommy. Tommy's comment is perfect. Like I don't know what happened to this team. Ever since the round robin, they've been the most inconsistent team in hockey.
They either got into their own heads, or at the end of the day, they at the end of the day got exposed, like Robbie was saying. You know, it's like mental fortitude is not here on this team. John was saying it starts with Giroux. He isn't good enough to put this team on his back. Joe was saying Flyers had 25 shots and 2 goals in the second period, only 4 shots in the third, and lose a shorthanded goal. What a joke. Yeah.
You know what? You're not wrong on that. Hang on. Everybody wants to take shots at Giroux, but look at this entire roster from top to bottom. There's no shooter. There's no sniper. There's no guy who's going to sit there and say, oh, you know what? I'm going to take the shot here. 2-on-1s. Every time they have a 2-on-1, it's a pass. Nobody takes a shot. Giroux is the first Flyer in Lord knows how long to have 100 points in a season.
Yep.
Everybody wants to give Giroux shit. What's everybody else doing? There's been no real depth scoring over the last few years. There's no consistency. You didn't play him in 2 players. This isn't just a Giroux or a Jake Voracek thing. This is a Flyers problem from top to bottom. It's not on any specific player. This year has been on everybody.
Oh, yeah. This is a collectively team fail. The whole team has failed.
Konechny, who led the team in scoring last year, has 8 goals this year, but nobody wants to call him out. I'll call him out. Yeah. TK has sucked all season. Where was he in the playoffs last year? Where was he in the playoffs last year? He had 1 point?
Nope. 1 goal.
Come on,
and I think
and
that was with Montreal. That wasn't even with the Islanders series. And then on top of that, and then on top of it too, look at Hayes. Hayes has been fucking dog shit in his second year of his fucking big ass fat ass contract. Don't know what the fuck his problem is. I'm like, what the fuck is your issue, Hayes? You could fucking score great goals last year, but all of a sudden you're a fucking goddamn pylon who just likes to play with the fucking.
There's something going on in the locker room. I don't know what it is, but there's definitely something going on in this locker room.
There has to be something toxic. There has to be. I don't know who's being toxic in that locker room. Someone's being toxic. It may be one of the young players. It may be. Maybe it is somebody who we brought in that isn't fitting in here. Maybe it's somebody. I will say this, though. And Ted's saying, do you think Giroux is a good captain? There's been plenty of games where the team has quit and got destroyed.
I have an idea of who it is from rumors that I've heard, but I can't confirm whether or not it's true or not.
Well, it's rumors, so we've stated that. But what was the theory?
Voracek. Apparently nobody in the locker room likes him. If you want to talk about trading Voracek, I'm all for that.
I'm fine with
that. Here and put all the blame on Giroux. Like, I agree that he's not the best captain in the world. I get that he's not that type. The dude isn't the type he's gonna be like a Pronger, like John saying, and light a fire in these guys. It's just not the type of player he is. But we're not in the locker room to know what he's saying to these guys and what he's not saying to these guys. This team is not successful because of everybody put together. Not just because of Giroux, not just because of Couturier, not just because of TK. It's everybody. It's all 4 lines not rolling at the same time. It's the defense always being out of position and not knowing how to play a situation like we saw tonight on the 3rd goal. It's getting ridiculous and it's getting old. We're pointing fingers at specific people when it just needs to be the team. And at some point, maybe Rob had a point last week. Maybe we need to start pointing the fingers at the coaching staff.
I said it 2 weeks ago when we were talking about Fletcher, when he wasn't looking like he was going to get the deal. I'm like, all right, motherfucker, then you need to send a message, and that means getting rid of the coach.
Everybody has. I'm not saying fire anybody. I'm saying point the fingers. Let's start holding some accountability other places. It's easier to point the fingers at the players than it's the coaching staff sometimes. Because the coaching staff isn't the one out there playing. I get it. But everybody wants to lean into Giroux. Oh, he's the captain. He needs to be better.
Yeah.
Why not? Why can't we point the finger at Michel Therrien? Or the guy who runs the special teams, Mike Yao? Or just even the guy who's running the team in general. I have yet to watch a Flyers game where I've seen Alain Vigneault freaking out on people.
I think there's maybe one or two, and he should have been freaking out a hell of a lot more. And he probably shouldn't even be here because, let's be honest, Rob, you said this how many weeks ago? Claude Julien got fired for a lot fucking less in Montreal. And you know what? Again, it goes back to the symbol of what the fuck is Fletcher doing? Fletcher's sitting there, well, I couldn't get the trade. Well, motherfucker, you need to do something. You can't just sit here on your fucking thumbs. Waving Gostisbehere doesn't mean shit. We've seen Gostisbehere been waved before. It's happened. It's done it a million fucking times. That doesn't send any fucking message. And you did nothing anyway, so it wasn't like you were trying to bring somebody in. You were just, fuck it, we're just going to wave ghosts. Like, what the fuck for?
But again, it's tough with the flat cap. There's not much teams can do. Flyers only have $800,000 on the cap right now. You can't make a move for somebody with more of a cap hit than somebody else.
And that's fine.
For it.
And that's fine. That's fine if he says he doesn't have the room. It's like, fine. You can't get the trade. You need to do something. You can't just sit there and say, oh, just going to throw this up as a bad year. What? Throw this up as a bad year? What the fuck are you talking about? After what happened last year, and now you're just going to throw this up as, oh, this was a shortened year in the pandemic. Doesn't mean anything. Fuck you. That's not the way to approach this. You want to make this team better? Motherfucker, the ball's in your court. Because clearly the players aren't doing it. They're not turning it the fuck around. The coaching staff hasn't done a fucking thing that's made me feel like they should be given another goddamn opportunity. This is a situation where it's like something needs to change on this team. Ball's in your fucking court. Now, if you want to wait till the offseason because you can't get that deal in the trade deadline, fine. If you can't make that trade, fine. But do fucking something with what you can do now. Because you know what? Nothing was done. Nothing's been done. This team has watched this just happen, where we've seen this team get to the pits of fucking nowhere, where we're sitting here watching other teams that are even worse than us put more effort out there. We saw the fucking Devils come in here and spank us like we're fucking 5 years old and we just painted on the walls of our fucking room. Like, what the fuck is this? You really want to treat this like it's no big fucking deal? Are you fucking high? This is a big deal. All because of what we saw last year. And you're not going to do a goddamn thing this year about it? Maybe your ass should be shown the door. Maybe. Or maybe you need to show someone the door. Something needs to happen. You need to send a goddamn message. You haven't fucking done a damn thing. And then on top of it, what the fuck has AV done besides jumble up the lines? Nothing! Isn't it a goddamn thing? Like you were saying, Rob, not getting animated. I think, Bri, you said the same thing too. Mike Yao, what the fuck has he done with this? He's only made the special teams fucking dog shit.
I mean, there's a reason why Mike Yao's not a head coach right now.
Yeah, he's been fired everywhere else he was a head coach at. And so it's fucking ridiculous at this point. It's fucking ridiculous that we are seeing the same shit over and over and over again like Groundhog Day. It's a comedy of errors. The joke's on us, the Flyers fans, for thinking that we were going to be competitive this year. And we're not fucking happy about that. And yet you're not doing anything about it. You're not doing a goddamn thing. If we're now having people saying that last year was a fucking fluke, that's bad. That's when you realize you fucked up. Somewhere down the line, something got fucked up, and it needs to be fixed.
Unless they're tanking. Unless they're tanking on purpose.
I mean, if they are, great, fine, whatever. We'll get a better pick out of it. But I don't even think it's that. I just think it's the fact that this team is trying and failing to do the one thing they were good at doing last year, and that's play hockey and win fucking games. It's the one thing that they were great at doing last year, and it's the one thing that fucking matters the most. And they can't even play hockey properly. We got a hockey team that can't even play fucking hockey. That's pretty fucking bad. That's a pretty bad record to set here in Philadelphia. Like I said, the 2017, years ago, dead last in the league. At least they had more fucking pride than this fucking shit show that I'm seeing. This is fucking abysmal. There's no excuse for it. Hell, the teams in the early 90s that were last place had more fucking pride than this.
Yeah. I've watched Flyers hockey for a long time. There's been periods, especially in March, where I've never seen it that bad. You're talking like that's like minor league level hockey.
Yeah.
That's a
That's funny.
I mean, think about it. I mean, everybody rips into players. Yeah, and I just went on a rant, but I was just thinking as Maddie was talking. What if they're tanking because they think they have a potential stud coming in the draft that they want to have their eyes on and they want to get?
I'm not seeing it though. They're trying to make that effort to shore things up. I think you will be seeing it soon, but I'm not seeing it quite yet.
I mean, obviously they're not trying to make it obvious. Just a thought. Like, what if they're tanking? What if they want somebody specific in the draft and they know they're going to need a top 5 pick to get them?
Right.
Maybe that's what they're going after.
Well, if we wind up getting the shit kicked out of us by the Sabres on Saturday, then I think it's pretty obvious then. It's like, oh, well, we're getting the shit beat out of us by the Sabres. Like, all right, this team's tanking. It's official. It's like, oh, well, if you're going to get blown out by the Sabres and not put the effort in, then yeah, that's pretty much what the sign is.
That's the only thing I could think of because, like Tommy was saying earlier, this team's too good. There's too much talent on the roster.
No, you're
to be this bad. I mean, it's possible.
If you saw like that level of poor compete against the Rangers in both of those games, continuing during this recent run, then you'd have a point there. But you've seen improvement from them, so like that just shows like a willingness to not give up on the season. That doesn't tell me tank.
Again,
you know
maybe
I mean?
a situation where they're just trying not to make it that obvious.
Is this Sherlock Holmes? Like,
yeah.
What is this?
Well, we'll definitely find out if the Flyers wind up being in that draft lottery.
It just doesn't make sense for this team to be this bad.
I hear you.
You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. Prism saying a hockey team that can't play hockey, that's called Detroit.
Oh, come on. Don ain't even here to defend them.
I know. Don's not here.
Oh, did anybody call Don? Does he know we're on tonight?
He might not. I don't know. John saying it sucks because it feels like they don't care. I feel bad for any fans who have already purchased tickets to go watch this team. I feel bad for anybody there. I felt bad for John. He went and watched that fucking abysmal performance that they put on against the Rangers, I believe.
But if Don hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notifications, he'd know we were on Tuesdays. Don't be like Don. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Hit those notifications. Let's go.
And I agree, Ted. But again, there's so much talent on this roster that it just doesn't make sense for them to be this bad. It just doesn't. Like, this team is bad. Like, I thought the Anaheim Ducks were bad. I thought Detroit was bad. This team is bad. I shouldn't say they're bad. They're just extremely inconsistent.
I think it's more of giving up on the coach. You know, giving up playing for the coach. You know, you lost the voice in the locker room. That's what that's the only thing that could make heads or tails of this.
Moira saying, is it possible they saw these games and were like, fuck it, taking that. Yeah, fuck it. It's too hard. We don't want to play. It's too hard to be good. It's too hard to be consistent. We're done. We're finished. We don't want to play hockey this year anymore. I mean, honestly, if I was like Couturier or fucking Carter Hart at this point, I literally would just go up to Fletcher like, hey, Fletch, can I get traded? Like, because this team fucking blows, like, really bad. Like, I would rather be in fucking Arizona right now than be on this fucking team. And if the Arizona Coyotes are a palate cleanser, you know you done fucked up. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, but again, this team is still
Jesse and JVR instead of Patrick fucking Kane is the most Philly thing ever. Oh my god, that's fucking brilliant.
Everybody said, like, I don't understand. Like, Chicago had the pick before the Flyers, so unless they passed on Patrick Kane, which they didn't, the Flyers are never going to get Kane. It's not like the Flyers passed up on Kane. Chicago took him first. Kane never got there. So, like, to say that, like, it makes no sense.
Ted was saying, we have Provy on D. Besides that, our defense lacks guys. We're not stacked. I mean, honestly, it's the simple fact of there's no fucking leadership on that defense. There really isn't. Not a single damn one of them is leading this defense properly. That's the only thing that I was upset at Provy for, wearing the A, and he didn't rally the troops. But you know what? I'm not going to blame that on Provy completely because, you know what? With the way this team played this year, you could have had anybody back there, and they probably would have just been fucking looking like goddamn morons out
Bryce,
there.
what are you doing? How do we get left out of the pick, Jesse? That's what I want to know. How do we get robbed out of the pick? Because I literally can't remember. All I remember, Chicago had the first pick, and then the Flyers were number 2. And JVR played well for the Flyers until they traded him.
Well, yeah, JVR's had his moments. I mean, unfortunately, a lot of them are in Toronto.
I mean, yeah.
And we traded him away for Luke fucking Shen. That was a Paul Holmgren deal, by the way. And you wonder why I say fuck Paul Holmgren often. Paul Holmgren was a dumb piece of shit. Probably the dumbest GM we've ever had. I mean, say what you will about Bobby Clark, but he had no salary cap, so he could wheel and deal back in his day. So Holmgren has no fucking excuse. He's a fucking idiot. Fucking idiot. And yet we put him in the vice president, and he bit us in the ass by firing Ron Hextall. See, it all comes full circle there. And I love Ed Snyder. I wish he was still here because you want to know why? If he was still alive, all heads would be fucking rolling right now. I can guarantee you someone's ass would have been in a sling at this point. Hell, Snyder would have probably hired some fucking thugs to beat the piss out of someone at this point in time because that's how mad he would have been. I would have been mad for him. Actually, I am. May he rest in peace. God, I miss him.
The one thing I liked about Ed Snyder's, he let his guys run the team. He was an owner. Everybody knew the owner because of his foundation and the things he did for the community. But he let the guys run the team. He didn't get his hands dirty and get involved.
Well,
these guys run the team.
He did for the most part, but then there were times where he would come to the GM and he would say, what the fuck? We need to fix that. Like he went to Paul Holmgren specifically and said, you better find us a goalie when we got swept by the Bruins in 2011. Ironically, we played them tonight. Boy, that's weird how that happened. But anyway.
Everything goes real slicker, Matty.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, yeah.
That's why I laughed out loud there when you guys were talking before. So
fucking brilliant. That actually does say it all.
Yeah, that was good. I don't know. Like I think there's something more going on here that we're not aware of, and I think a lot of it is going on in the locker room. And I think there's definitely something toxic in there.
There has to be. It has to be something like that. And Moira wants me to go down to the Wells Fargo Center to tell them off. She feels like I'm the only one to listen to. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that I will probably get punched dead in the fucking face by all of them. But you know what? I'll take that lump for the team. I don't care. As long as it gets.
I don't know. Sam Moran might he might do a little more than punch you in the face, man. We might never be able to find the body. Think about where he's from.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I'm willing to make that sacrifice because you know what? I'd rather be a martyr because I'm not fucking wrong about any of this shit. Fuck.
It's a sad state of affairs, but Maddie's the voice of reason.
I don't know if that's a shot. That sounds like a shot to me.
It may be. I don't know.
It's always a shot. It's always a shot. You do here. No, I just shot you.
You probably did. I mean, I'm an easy target, so it is what it is. Whatever. Moira, I agree. Burn it down. John, Vinny was fine in Philly until they fired Laviolette, and then LeCavalier kind of fell apart. He just didn't fit into Berube's system.
It was.
He was good. He was good with Lavi in Philly. He meshed really well with that system.
Yeah.
The Ruby system didn't work in his favor.
But it all comes back down.
But
to
he was also at the back end of his career. So
that, and also the fact that Holmgren did fire Lavi after having a terrible preseason. I think the Flyers are the only team in the history of the NHL to fire a coach off of a bad preseason, your starters don't start.
John, wouldn't that automatically that would make that a toxic situation, wouldn't it? If it's a locker room where they don't give a flying fuck, wouldn't that make it toxic?
Makes sense.
It's not a winning culture. It's not a winning locker room. It's a toxic locker room.
I mean,
am I wrong?
Well, there's a difference. I mean, if you think about it, like if you have players that are not being held accountable and they're not toxic, but no one's saying shit and they're just like, whatever, tough game, boys. I'll see you tomorrow. Like if that's how they're taking losses, then that's definitely a bad situation.
But
so I think that's what
that's not good.
No, it's not good. I wouldn't necessarily say that that's toxic. I think that's just one of those things of they're in a fuck it field, like literally in a fuck it field. They don't care. You know what I mean? Toxic would be, I think what he's meaning is like toxic is somebody's dragging the team down, or somebody is. People are dragging the team down.
That's exactly what's happening, though.
It is. It is happening. I'm not
toxic.
saying that it isn't. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying I think that that's what he means in terms of the difference between the two. Anyway, so
saying the same thing.
And we got Joe saying Voracek baby shit soft. Hayes rather hang out with Dave Portnoy. Giroux and Coots have.
Can we not say that name?
Giroux and Coots have their heads at home with their wives and newborns. TK puts his head to the sky every time a play doesn't go his way. This team is an absolute mess.
I haven't seen a good goalie fight in a while. Yeah.
I would at this point. If I was Hart, I would say, fuck it. I don't care. I would have charged out of the crease and I would have fucking just jumped Marchand before he scored. I don't care if it got me a penalty or a suspension. I don't fucking care. What does it matter? We're not going to make the playoffs this year. Who cares?
It's an automatic fine and an automatic 2-game suspension for that.
I would have done it. I don't care. It's like, fuck it. It's the Flyers. People expect that kind of shit anyway. So it doesn't even matter. I was like, fuck it. I don't care. Fine me all you want. Suspend me 2 games. I beat the piss out of Marchand. I'm happy. That's a good enough day for me.
Oh, God. The Phillies need to do something. I need to get some kind of positivity here.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Amora saying, anyone else agree we need at least one Philly team to do poorly so we can bitch and complain?
Isn't that 2 out of 4 so far?
Honestly, I think. Well, I guess you could say 1. At least 1. Excuse me. At least 1. But honestly, it happens so often where all 4 of them just don't do well, and sometimes that 1 is the one everybody's looking forward to. It's weird. Like, there's very rarely ever a time where all 4 teams in Philadelphia are actually good. It never happens. It's always, the Phillies are good,
The Phillies are 4-0. I mean, they're probably realistically, sorry, Rob, going to be 5-1 or 4-1. Sorry, Rob, but they're going to find things to bitch about regardless of how good or bad they are. It's because it's the city. It's the fan bases. Nobody's ever happy. Phillies could win 17-1 tomorrow, and they will find something to bitch about.
Yeah, 100%.
Flyers could shut out the Islanders on Thursday, and they'll find something to complain about. It's just the fan base. Nobody's ever happy.
Dominic saying, I think
on WIP this morning, I was going to work. Like it was infuriating me because they were picking apart the Phillies, and they won the game. Who cares how they got there? They won the game. That's the important part.
Dominic saying, I think they're just over with this season like us because we're all disappointed.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like John's comment.
Soft.
John's comment's perfect.
Yeah, I think so too.
Take all winners. Let's go.
Well, all right. Yeah, Morris and Chris are right. 1980, all 4 teams did play well. I mean, the Phillies won the World Series the first time that year. Eagles did go to the Super Bowl. Flyers went to the Stanley Cup Finals. Did the Sixers win the championship that year?
No, I think they won in 83.
Okay, but they did go to the final, right?
I don't know if they went to the final, but
all right.
WIP
Either way,
does
though,
blow. I agree, Moira, 1,000%. They are the worst. They are so agenda based. It's not even funny.
and then okay, Morris saying they lost to the Lakers, and George saying he needs to turn the Phillies on because the Flyers lost and he can watch the Phillies now. I don't know. Well, wait a minute. Is he talking?
Like, I'm sorry. I know Rob's DVRing the game, and I'm really sorry, but I'm going to get yelled at later, but
80,
remember,
okay,
I love you, Rob.
83. That was Flacco saying that. Okay.
Nah, man, it's cool. I just love to watch what baseball do. I'm just a junkie, and a lot of it's just like, you can read the box score, but you got to see it more, to see
absolutely.
what's going on. So whether I know the outcome or not is inconsequential.
So
I agree, though, with you, Rob. The box score only tells you so much.
Right.
to sum it up, in the end, the Flyers had needed to win this game tonight, needed to win it in regulation, and as par for the course of this season, the Flyers tintillated us with a win last night in overtime, and then proceeded to piss and shit all over anyone's hopes and dreams, although I don't think that there were too many hopes and dreams tonight. From what I'm seeing, everyone's kind of in a deflated, we're pretty much done mood, which, honestly, I get it. I really do. This was a year that started out with a lot of promise, a lot of hope, and it's turning into a season of, this is going to be one that we're definitely not going to want to remember. We're going to want to forget it for the rest of our lives because it's just a miserable fucking season. There's been great games every once in a blue moon, but besides those tiny highlights this has not been a memorable season at all. So,
Morris has a great question. Who would you protect in the expansion draft?
The youth. Honestly, at this point, I think you're going to see Scott Lawton unprotected, possibly even moved. Because they got eventually he's up for being paid, and I think that's a situation where if you want to change up the dynamic, I like him as a player, but you can improve on that position.
Agreed. I would definitely consider trying to get somebody to take Lawton, although he's one of the biggest culprits of the things I hate the most. But I do love Scotty. He plays hard.
Hits leader on the team, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he's always battling for pucks. He's always in the corner. He's always in somebody's face. Mm-hmm. It's just, I don't know. Like, I would definitely protect the youth. Defensively, I would. The only ones I wouldn't protect are Ghost and Brawny. I would try and protect the others. There was somebody else too. I'm blanking on. Oh, Gustafson would be another guy I would leave open.
Yeah, for sure.
But forwards, definitely youth. Definitely youth.
I mean, Joe, he's pretty much got it down for the most part. I mean, he's got Provy, Farabee, Coots, Hart. I mean, he's not wrong in those names at all.
I protect Sanheim. I mean, I know we've been down on his play, but the talent's there, and we've seen it and whatnot. I definitely Myers is someone I'm willing to part with at this point. His regression has been so monumental that it overshoots any potential locker room problems that could be going on right now. He's getting flat out exposed. Let's just call it like it is, and that could be a spot that you clear up for Cam York or other defensemen that you bring in here to be maybe a more stay-at-home guy. I think when it comes to the young defensemen, just like Harder, you can't give up on them too quickly. Like Sanheim was too high of a draft pick.
Is Nolan Patrick on this team next year?
I believe so. I don't think
so.
His year last year counted, so I think he's got next year as well. What was I going to say? I was going to say, crap. What was I going to say? John threw me off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you were talking about Myers. Yeah. There's a reason the kid went undrafted.
Yeah,
he was an undrafted walk-on. earned a contract, and I shouldn't even say walk-on. He wasn't really a walk-on, but Flyers signed him as an undrafted defenseman, and there's a reason for it. Did he look good in the AHL? Yeah. Did he look good in juniors? Yeah. He had the he had the junior tournament where he flourished a bit, but I don't know, man. Like, I think I would be okay with him going.
Yeah, and there's players too that you could comfortably leave unprotected because their stock's down right now, and I think that's a point Joe's making there as well. You know what I mean? That's not reflection of only sticking to just those players, but like for example, do you think Seattle would pick up Travis Konechny right now? Because I don't.
I don't either.
I think that would. Yeah, I don't know if they would feel too comfortable with it because he's proving to be a head case. So something they may not want. Chris, I'm saying I'd beg and plead and offer anything they can to be done within the NHL rules to get Hayes to waive his no movement clause. Buy his house in the city, he goes for him. Whatever it takes, if it was the Flyers.
John, to your question about the cap space next year, they're projected to have $1,190,000 going into the offseason.
And that's before we give up a player to the expansion, so that'll change by the end of the expansion.
I'm sure this is going to change too because it's saying that there's $4 million in cap space. But I don't know if this has been updated since Spare came back up.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, in the end, I think this pretty much solidified what we were all suspecting, and it has officially come true. So I think we can all officially agree Flyers are probably not going to make the playoffs this year.
Frauds! 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 Where's your sound clip? Frauds!
Yeah. I think we can all safely say that at this point, too inconsistent. They're going up against a Bruins team that they just cannot shut down that perfection line. They couldn't shut them down in the third period when they needed it the most. And unfortunately,
Ginger gang.
But, when it comes down to it at the end of the day, we pretty much figured the Flyers were putting themselves into this position. They were digging themselves a hole they couldn't get out of. And it seems like they're not gonna. They were trying to. It's like they were getting so very close to reaching up and being able to touch the top of the hole, but they're still not enough. They still haven't climbed themselves in closer enough to the Bruins yet. It doesn't seem like they're too inconsistent.
What does the box say? It says "Wrap it up, B. Wrap it up." In terms of the Flyers season.
Yeah, and it's
a wrap after tonight, yo. 5 points down with 2 games in hand. That's tough.
We got to play one more game left this week.
Yeah.
Yep. And I mean, we lose that game, then that's the finishing nail. That's the final nail in the coffin for us. And like, you lose that game to the Bruins, that's it. Unless the Bruins go on the worst losing streak that you could ever possibly see in the history of the NHL. Which I highly doubt that'll ever happen because, that's just not how it works in the Bruins world. The Bruins always pull magic out of their ass. Anyway, with that being said, guys, that'll pretty much do it. It's a shame. I don't think there's really anything around the NHL too much to talk about right now. It's just kind of is what it is. No big trades have happened. Eric Stahl went to the Canadiens, but that's pretty much it. And
Chris, I agree. I hate Roman Quinn. He should have swung at that. That was too close to take.
But, so it is what it is, guys. So we'll see you next week. It's kind of the shame that this is what's happened here for the Flyers this year. I was hoping we would break this pattern of make it, miss it. But nope. We're still going to keep that pattern going. All I got to say.
Always be here to be your therapy.
At the end of the day, yeah. And at the end of the day, if you do need therapy, you can always go to Dr. Paul Vidal at Specialized Physical Therapy because they will take care of any aches and pains that you're feeling. Although aches and pains in your heart, there is therapy, maybe pills. But, if you go to Specialized Physical Therapy, though, if you got like a physical problem right now going on, if, say, like your shoulder's bothering you, like Bry's was, he went to specialized physical therapy, and they did nothing but wonders for him. They're located in Burlington and Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can visit them on www.specializedphysicaltherapy.com. And Bry, you said they made it very easy for you to make an appointment and everything like that.
Oh, everything from them has been just super easy. They're super nice, understanding. Allie Mae, who's been my therapist, unfortunately, she's not going to be my therapist moving forward. If any of you are going to go to the Burlington, I would definitely try and get Allie. She's awesome. I'll be working with Carrie the rest of the way. She's been pretty awesome too. I only worked with her once, but great place. They really know what they're doing. Like, my shoulder feels 1,000 times better than it has ever felt, to be completely honest with you. And they do a great job over there. So if you need any aches and pains, you want to get ready for the sports season, something along those lines, go see Dr. Paul. Go see the crew at Specialized Physical Therapy. You won't regret it. It's worth every second of going.
Yeah, absolutely. And Prism's comment, would Carter Hart dropping the gloves with another goalie motivate the team and maybe help him get back on track? May help Carter. I don't know if it's going to help the team. The team will
Oscar
probably
Lindblom fought, and it's done nothing for this team.
Yeah, I don't think it'll help the team. I think it'll help him, though. I actually do think he should fight. Like, you know what, Hart? That's what you should do. Next start. Listen, I know we need you, but we don't need you this season because this team's not going to do shit. Just fight. Find the biggest, pussiest goalie in the division and beat the – actually, no, fuck that. We'll do it on the other side. Find the toughest goalie you could find in this fucking division and take his ass out. If you can hurt him, hurt him. Do it. I don't care. I don't care what happens. Do it. Again. That's what I'm talking about. Be a Patrick Waugh 2.0. Be a Ron Hextall 2.0. Who the fuck cares? Beat the piss out of people. When players come by and they score on you, smack them with your fucking paddle and injure the fucker. I don't care, man. You've already missed the playoffs. Let it fucking run wild this season. Do it.
Let's do it to Tristan Jarry. Let's go.
Tristan Jarry. There you go. Oh.
Whoa, when did that
Options
happen?
are limited.
When did the Braves get Orlando Arcia?
Today.
Chad Soboka is going the other way. Ooh, that could be a good thing for the Phillies moving forward.
So,
did they announce? Hang on. Oh, sorry. Never mind. I just got the answer to my question. Go ahead, Maddie. Sorry.
Okay. So, Specialized Physical Therapy. Besides them, also we have GoFundMe going on for All Campus OC. They got affected by the fire down in Ocean City. Right now, we don't know the extent of the damage, but at the end of the day, though, John, who you saw earlier today, he was great commenter, big fan, and he does a lot for us sponsor-wise, and we're just trying to show him some love. So if you can contribute anything, be greatly appreciated. And also, if you can give any thoughts and prayers, just as much appreciated. So there you go. And that's All Campus OC. We also have our show sponsor, Body Check Wellness, created by the one and only Mr. Riley Cote, who is on every month with us. And you can actually check out his podcast, Bloody Knuckles, which is awesome. And also...
Nasty Knuckles.
Nasty Knuckles, my bad. Bloody Knuckles. I don't know why yeah. Anyway, I'm just thinking of Carter Hart just beating the piss out of Tristan Jarry. Anyway, but so Body Check Wellness. Body Check Wellness. You can use the promo code A2T for 20% off. And that's any night. Also, when Cote's on with us, which he is once a month, 40% off of a THC-free box, $140 worth of savings with that. It's definitely worth going into. It promotes recovery, balance, wellness. It does all of that. Body Check Wellness, it uses hemp, but it uses it in a great positive way, and it gets everything back in order. Rob knows. He's used some of those products, and they did wonders for him.
100%. I'm one to often lose my focus, so their focus and clarity from mushroom extract has been a godsend for me.
And so there we go on the show sponsors. And Brodo.
One more thing before we go, and I'm glad you're bringing Brodo in on this because I have a question for him.
Okay, then. But before Brian asks you that question, we do have a new sponsor, do we not?
Are you asking me?
I was asking you because they did. I don't know if it's a show.
Sunrise
specific.
Detox. You forgot that
Come
one.
on, Maddie. Do your homework, Maddie. Now I'm going to rant on you. Do your homework. Lazy son of a bitch.
Sunrise Detox. Oh, yeah. And
There we go. That's it. EXP Realty. There we are. Thank you, Brodo.
No problem.
Yes. So if you're looking to buy or sell a home or looking for a change in career or brokerage, contact Alan Foy at EXP Realty LLC 302-682-8820 or visit him at Alan Foy at expertexprealty.com. And I'm sure he is an expert. So
give him a call. I'm actually currently in the market for home.
no, well, there you go. And one final one.
Doggy.
Yeah. And Counseling Center Sunrise Detox, yes, as you were alluding to, Bri, I think we all could do with a little bit of mental therapy tonight after what we just saw. But also on top of that as well, if on a serious note, if you have anyone you know or anybody that you care about, or if you yourself are going through something right now, whether that's leading to addiction issues or you're just not in the right place mentally, Sunrise Detox Counseling Center, they'll be the ones that can take care of you. Call them at 856-651-8117. Don't wait. Don't wait to get the help that you need or the help that that person needs, because addiction or feeling down on yourself, it can spiral out of control and become something really, really bad. So 856-651-8117. Get the help you need. All right, then. And Prism saying, y'all never said what y'all thought of my new name for number 63. Probably too vulgar. Don't blame you. What did you say? Because I actually missed it, Priz.
I missed it too, Priz. While we wait for Priz, Mr. Brodo, I'd like to talk to you about something.
You better not disappoint me with this. I don't know where you're going.
Have you? Oh, Jesus Christ. God damn it. 8-2. God damn it. Anyway.
Stay focused.
So I'm sorry. I got to ask. Have you been watching the Mighty Ducks series?
Well, no, I refuse.
Why?
Did you see the trailer for it?
Yes, I did. It looks like garbage, and it has been garbage in the first 2 episodes.
So why would I watch it if it's been garbage?
Because
it's like, it's a horrible time.
For?
You should watch it because it's a horrible time.
I didn't say it was horrible.
See, B-Dales likes to torture himself. He's been known to rock a choker.
Oh, it's great. It's great. That's one thing. But have you watched it? No. Why? I don't know. Why? Is it good? No, it sucks. Okay. So I made the right move.
No, it's really not that bad. It's actually kind of cool. It's actually, I was hoping you'd say it because I have a question. Okay. Maybe you would have been able to answer it for me. I don't know.
But did anyone just notice in like 30 seconds he went from saying it's garbage to it's actually pretty good?
I didn't say pretty good. I said it wasn't bad.
Oh, give it 5 seconds. You'll be saying it's pretty good.
No, it's not good.
It's moved in that trace every freaking.
It's not good because.
It's not good. Like a fish out of water.
The one thing I want to know is, and maybe if I figure out the answer to this, maybe it'll make the series a little bit better.
I doubt
what the hell happened with Gordon Bombay that he's back to I don't like kids and I don't like hockey? He's Gordon Bombay from the first one again.
Because that's one of the best lines of the series. I don't like hockey and I hate kids. That is a great line.
But it doesn't make any sense for this to be like 30 years later and he that's such a great
I don't know.
He's grown bitter with this thing called life. He's grown bitter with this thing called life and he's regressed back to that hate it all, fuck it all thing.
I know exactly. I know exactly what it is. Bombay just spent the last handful of years watching the Anaheim Mighty Ducks play in real life.
He's bitter now.
I mean, at least he doesn't need beta to watch Stanley Cup highlights. He can use a DVD player.
I do not live.
I mean,
I will tell you this.
Proto probably doesn't even know what beta is.
You know what it is, though. On a serious note, Brian, it's that they're bringing the original story. They're bringing the original story to the new younger audience. You know what I mean? They don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You know what I mean? They might be watching this for the first time. That's what they're doing. Hollywood's a world of reboots. You don't know this?
No,
That's
I mean
true.
you're pretty spot on, but I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you. The kids I see and the kids that I fit at the hockey store all know the Mighty Ducks. They know when they see them on the TVs, they're all like, "Oh my God, the Mighty Ducks is on."
Well, they should. That is proper education for a hockey player.
Of course, for a young hockey player, but what the Sixers?
I guess they lost too. But anyway, Prism's name for Brad Marchand is Cum Fungus.
Ew.
So I think that's a very fitting name. So yes, Cum Fungus. From now on, that is Marchand's name. You are now anointed Sir Cum Fungus of the Go Fuck Off and Please Don't Die in a Hole fucking clan.
Tell me this though. When the ref was trying to keep him from going over the Flyers bench last night, did that not come the closest to those memes of the little Frenchman that he gets mocked with? He literally looked like that from those memes. It was spot on. I was almost like, cue the music, yo.
Yeah. Yes, Marchand is the guy who licks people. Yes, that is what Marchand does.
No, he doesn't lick their ears. I've seen him lick a couple noses, but
yes.
She also said she wants to see Joshua Jackson lace him up. I don't think he's in. He doesn't. After the third one, he doesn't want anything to do with the Mighty Ducks anymore.
Can we just
kind of sucks, but
we need a sniper. Can we get Dean Youngblood on the team? I'll take Dean Youngblood right now, please.
I know there's 6 original cast members in the show.
Well, I mean, look at it this way. From the situation of either Gordon Bombay feeling depressed because he was watching the Ducks, I mean, it could be worse. It could be Goldberg and be a meth head and be a Flyers fan, which is actually very ideal. So when you really get right down to it, this team makes you feel like you are a meth head at this point. It's just nothing but terrible relationship.
Not really. I mean,
you got any more of those turnovers?
Hey, Joe Rogan. DB, no, it's not Thursday. Special Tuesday episthough.
What's up, DB?
Special Tuesday episode. We missed you in the chat though. We did.
What up,
buddy? But for real though, like Lauren Graham, I think it'd be better if Lauren Graham's character wasn't in it. She's kind of annoying. I love her though.
You need the Hansons. That'd be nice. Just see the Hanson brothers.
I'm listening to the fucking song.
They play with fucking toy cars in between games. That's what they do.
Making royalties.
Oh my god!
They all still are. They're all still making money off that movie.
They should
and then
be.
You have like 6 or 8 of them that are making money because they're reprising some of their roles. So as far as I know,
Nash Brothers.
So as far as I know, in the new show, I know there's like 6 or 8 of them. So I know Fulton Reed's coming back. I know Connie Moreau, Lester Averman. Did I say Kenny Wu? Kenny Wu. Adam Banks, Guy Germain. I think that's it.
Fair amount.
I think that's it.
Okay, then. And DB was saying, but why does Gordon Bombay still own a hockey store if he hates hockey? It's like this Bombay loves pain.
That's what I'm saying. He was an ice rink.
Well said, DB. But he hates hockey. I hate hockey and I don't like kids.
But he runs a place called the Ice Palace in Minnesota. It doesn't make sense. That's why I need somebody to explain it to me.
Bro, the Flyers don't need the Hansons or the Bash Brothers. They need Jesus.
They may need a higher power than Jesus.
He's not wrong.
So, are we getting a drugged out Goldberg? I mean, at this point, the Flyers play like a drugged out Goldberg.
Fortunately, he's doing a lot better in real life. So, kudos to Sean Weiss.
Hey, you know what? Actually, yeah, good for you, man. Hopefully he is.
I think Ben should be in his prime, Chris. Absolutely. He has
Adam Banks. Adam Banks is a good player. Way better than some of the players we got on this team. Anyway, all right, guys, that'll do it. Thank you for joining us. And Boy, I wish this was a better night, but it isn't. Oh, well, what are you going to do? It is WrestleMania weekend, though, so if you are a wrestling fan, there's a chance that hopefully you go to a bud's house, go to a WrestleMania party or what have you, just have a good time. Even if you're not a wrestling fan, they're always fun to go to. Yes, there you go. Let that give you joy. And we will see you guys. Oh. Well, that doesn't sound good.
With all the updates.
That doesn't sound good.
Get off this broadcast.
Did something happen? Did something happen?
It must have, because my mom's screaming. So like,
Phillies are now down 5.
Oh my God. Get out of here! I thought they were winning that.
No, hey, chipping away, baby, chipping away.
I'm thinking grand slam. I'm thinking, oh my God, did Bryce do it again? No.
Bryce isn't up yet. Bryce is up now. Bryce is up now with the runner on second base.
Oh my God! Oh,
what is that guy wearing? What the hell was that? Can you go back to that guy?
What, was he wearing like a Fanatic suit or something?
No, he was. Right? Me and Mama City.
Oh, but anyway.
Oh, I thought Bryce was up next. Why is Tuck up?
DB, here comes the rails, baby. Take them off. Oh my God.
You got to be on the rail for us to take it off.
Oh God.
Just putting it out there.
Prism saying, keep your. Oh, he's saying this about the. Frank's saying I hear screaming. And then Brian for the Ducks. Keep your friends close to your enemies closer. Bombay planning to take down hockey with Hockey Gate.
You watch your mouth, Priz.
Oh my God.
You put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. You don't put that evil on me.
Hope they have their legs taken out from them.
You stop it. Let's go home. Wrap it up.
We'll wrap this up. Yes, Frank, everything's okay. We're closing out the show. All right, so thank you to all the sponsors, to the new one as well, EXP Realty. And we thank everyone who chimed in, Prism, DB, Moira, everyone, all you guys. We love you to death. Thank you for making this show what it is, and all the shows on a2dradio.com what they are. We're nothing without you. You're the lifeblood. And if you do want to support us, if you were watching for the first time, or if you just want a helpful reminder, Bri, where can they go to support us?
PhillyDrinkers.com. Philly Drinkers LLC. Get all your A2D merch there. Hats, T-shirts, mugs, stickers, blankets, socks. Wait, did he say socks? Yes, he did. Get your A2D socks. Where? PhillyDrinkers.com. Philly Drinkers LLC. Get your A2D merch there.
Nice. All right, guys. We will see you next week. And back on Thursday, I guess we'll talk about the Flyers. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just actually watch the Mighty Ducks and just respond to how shitty the series is. Anyway, I don't know. We'll do something. Anyway.
I can't defend it anymore. I can't. I watch it and I say the same things. I'm like, why?
But anyway, we'll see you guys next week for whatever the fuck happens. And
yes, Chris, I do believe in miracles.
We all
not when you swing at a pitch up there.
But they're just not Philadelphia miracles.
I'm out. Peace.
I love you. I love you.
Bye, guys. We'll see you guys. We'll see you then next week. Peace, everyone. Love. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Wear your mask.